Good morning. Hi, I'm Casey. Welcome to my channel, Kinetic Karma. I'm here to do a new series around healing and manifesting with the energies that are present on a daily basis for like 10 days. I posted a series to this channel, the initial video of a 10-day series that I did on another YouTube channel. But I realized once I did that I didn't have the full series retained. I had to eliminate some videos in order to make room for some new videos. So I erased a lot of the work that I had did, and the only way I can find it is on the other channel. But I don't know how to link that channel to this channel yet. So I figure I may as well just go ahead and do another series, another 10-day series. I really like the energy, the flow of the whole readings and whatnot. So the basis of the readings are going to be on the chakra deck here, and another deck called the Mystic Mudra deck. I am a yoga teacher, and I hope that, by using some yoga poses, some chakra work, that it assists you and supports you in your day-to-day goals, in terms of what it is you're trying to manifest, in terms of what it is you want to heal in your life. So with that said, I'm going to say a prayer. Mother, Father, Spirit, please connect my guides with the guides of the people who are tuning in to this channel, so that they may receive guidance and support on an energetic, spiritual, physical level, to support them in what it is that they're up to in their lives, and to support the greater whole. Thank you, Spirit. Amen. So the basis of this initial reading is that I pull 3 cards usually, unless Spirit gives me more, and I go through the chakras, the exercises if there are any, and that type of a thing. You'll see as we go for it. I hope you enjoy this series. So the first card is going to be dealing with the heart chakra. The second card is the throat chakra. Ooh, and we got 3 cards here. We got a root chakra card, a crown chakra, and a throat. So altogether, I have 5 cards, which is really a lot for today, but we're going to go with it. Okay. So the first card, dealing with the heart chakra, and let me say the heart chakra is not just about the heart. It's about, the chakra is about energetic wheel. They're energetic wheels that are in your field that produce a flow. So it's like they flow, like the endocrine system has a flow. The chakra system has a flow. And what I was going to say is that the heart chakra has to do with the heart, has to do with the emotions, and all things related to the heart. So it's not just the physical heart. It may be emotional. It may be a loved one. It may be what you love. So when we're looking at these things from a metaphysical standpoint, from a we want to look at as wide a perspective as possible and see where it fits for us, because there are a lot of people watching this. It'll apply differently to different people, in your experience. But whatever vibrates with you is what you want to go with, basically. So I'm going to go through this pose quickly, okay? It's called Cobra. And the first figure is you're going to lie face down with the chin on the floor and the mat, feet comfortably close together, toes pointing. Place your palms parallel to the chin, elbows bent. For more advanced practitioners, place the palms beneath the shoulders, elbows tucked next to the body. Engage the abdominal muscles by pulling them up slightly. So you want to make sure that's done. That's very important before you go into the bending, because your abdominals support your back, and you don't want to injure your back as you're bending. If your muscles are not tight, if they're not taut, then you could injure your back, and you don't want that to happen. Also, if you're not able to do this pose or any variation of this pose, then you can do it as a meditation in your mind. You can see yourself doing the pose. And for our purposes, that will suffice, okay? So engage the abdominal muscles by pulling them up slightly. In figure 2, you're going to inhale, curl upper body off the floor as you slowly raise your head, shoulders, and chest. And to be, as a point of information, any pose you do ever, you want to go into it slowly and you want to come out of it slowly. Poses are deep. They can be deep. They can engage muscles that you don't normally engage. And if you move too quickly, you could pull something. So you don't want to do that. So in figure 2, you're going to inhale, curl your upper body off the floor as you slowly raise your head, shoulders, and chest. Pelvis and hips are going to remain on the floor. You're going to lengthen your neck, tuck in your chin, and gaze straight ahead. Inhale and exhale 3 to 5 times. On an exhalation, you're going to slowly begin to lower your chest, shoulders, chin, nose, and forehead in that order. So it's not all down at one time. You're going to go in order that I said it. So first, you're going to let your chest hit, then your shoulders, then your chin, then your nose, then your forehead. So what it does is it gives you a chance to release slowly each of the vertebrae in your spine and isolate the movement so that you can actually feel that. Then you're going to turn your head to the right or the left and rest on your ear, giving the neck a nice adjustment. And you're going to breathe. Repeat once more, turning your head in the opposite direction when finished. So you want to start over with the whole pose, and then at the end, you're going to turn your head in the opposite direction. Okay, and as you're doing the pose, and breathing in the pose, you want to recite this mantra. The mantra is, I am the light within my soul. I am the light within my soul. I am the light within my soul. Benefits of some of the benefits of the pose are extend the rib cage, chest, and abdomen, tones the back, kidneys, and buttocks, firms the neck and throat, replenishes the lower back and pelvis with fresh supply of blood, and increases circulation. The second card we have for today is the third eye chakra. I'm sorry, I thought this was throat. I said throat, but it's third eye. Sorry about that. So the throat, that's interesting. The third eye is a form of blue, but so is the throat. But it's a different form of blue. Just want to check that. No, I'm seeing in this deck, everything is third eye. Okay, yeah. So see, they're slightly different color, and I just assumed it was throat, but it actually is third eye. Okay, so major issues of the an unbalanced third eye chakra include an inability to see the big picture and to keep an open mind. We may tend to follow illusionary ideas and have difficulty separating fact from fantasy. Reasoning, clear thinking, judgment, memory, concentration may be impaired. Signs of an unbalanced sixth chakra, which is the third eye. Emotional or mental issues, fuzzy thinking, confusion, intellectual stagnation or decline, aimlessness. Physical issues are headaches, sinusitis, brain tumors, stroke, blindness, vision problems, learning disabilities, anxiety disorders, and nightmares. So as you can see, all of these are some pretty serious things, and so we want to have our third eye as balanced as possible. It behooves us to do that. Common addictions, when you have an unbalanced third eye, are chakra, are shopping, possessiveness, cultish behavior. When the third eye chakra is balanced, we feel intellectually at the top of our game. Our imagination soars, and we are in tune with and can draw on our intuitive powers of reasoning. We're able to positively and realistically perceive and visualize the future because this chakra allows us to see beyond the material world. Our psychic and telepathic abilities may be heightened. A balanced sixth chakra brings an ability to think clearly, a comfortable detachment from worldly goods, an ability to trust our inner wisdom, to know the unknowable, attunement to our intuitive powers. Beneficial activities that promote and maintain a balanced third eye chakra are keeping a dream journal, a conscious awareness of coincidences and serpentitious occurrences, and meditation. And I would highlight meditation as one of the easiest ways to support a balanced third eye chakra. And even if you only meditate for whatever period of time that you can in a day, even if it's 10, 15 minutes, it's important. If you can do it consistently at a certain time every day, it's important. A lot of people do it first thing in the morning when they wake up before they do anything. I do. And then people sometimes do it at night before you go to bed. But just the simple practice of putting a little time and then increasing that as you can to wherever you feel you need to is important. You'll see results. You'll absolutely see results, but it's over time. They're not, a lot of times they're not instant results. And a lot of times they're very subtle results. And a lot of the work that we do with the yoga and the chakras is very on a very subtle level. And what that means is that it's not necessarily evident the results of what's occurring, but the results are occurring. And over time, you begin to see more and more of the results from an external point of view. You see them externalizing. So like when I first started meditating, I was focused on getting the basics of the meditation down, on how to meditate, on how to clear my mind and just let go and relax and let go and repeat a mantra so that I would loop my brain and that I would allow my mind to free up and spirit to come in to talk to me. Now, and I did that and I practiced that, and I practiced that for like an hour at a time. It was really rigorous. You don't have to. You can practice for 10 minutes at a time and build up. But as you do, as I did, now I can meditate for like 5-10 minutes, and I can come out of the meditation, and whatever it was that I was focused on in the meditation, whatever I asked for information on, will come to me. It's amazing how I can intuit now, like very, very quickly. So the results build, and it's very subtle. It takes a lot of time. You need to be committed to it, but it's worth it, because what does it provide? Confidence, a firm foundation, clarity. You're able to move the confusion out of the way and to actually be solid and have faith in what you're getting, the information that's coming into you from your spirit, not from someone who has a motive outside of yourself to use you to do something that they want you to do, but from spirit directly to you. So that's really the importance of meditation and having a balanced third eye, as far as I'm concerned. That's just my take on it. The next card we have is the root chakra. It's pelvic rotations. You're going to sit with your legs crossed at the ankles, hands rest on the knees, spine is comfortably extended, and shoulders are down away from the ears. In figure 1, you're going to lean forward from the waist, keeping the spine straight. Tuck your chin in and up. In figure 2, you're going to slowly begin to rotate your upper body to the right. Visualize the energy spiraling down to the center of the earth. You're going to continue for 1 to 3 minutes doing this. When you are visualizing the energy spiraling down from the center, so I've envisioned energy coming from my crown chakra, going all the way through my third eye, through my throat, through my heart, through my solar plex, so on, all the way down out of my root chakra into the earth, past the rock, past the water, past the oil, past the gas. There's so much in the earth, past the clay, levels of clay, into the center of the earth. And then once in the center, where it's molten, it's liquid, I envision energy coming up the earth, through the rock, through the water, through the oil, through my root chakra, up through all of my chakras, through my crown, and then going back down again. So it's a cycle, up and down. And that is how, that's an excellent grounding meditation, and energizing, might I add. You're going to continue this for 1 to 3 minutes. So you want to go see the energy going down to the center and then coming up and rotating in a continuous rotation. And as you're doing that, the mantra for this is, I am willing to accept myself and others. I am willing to accept myself and others. I'm willing to accept myself and others. The benefits of the pose are: loosens the lower back and hips and increases flexibility, helps with elimination, tones the waistline, relaxes the body, and calms the mind, promoting a feeling of groundedness and security. Who doesn't love that? The next card we have is dealing with your crown chakra, aura. Oh, actually it's not. It's the aura, the 8th chakra, which rarely gets discussed. So the crown chakra is slightly above your head, and then there's an aura which surrounds you, which emanates. So you could I kind of imagine it like, because I don't see auras, but I imagine it like from my crown there's energy coming out and surrounding me, protecting me. Part of that is that it's grounded into the earth and coming up from the earth, going up my chakra and surrounding and all around me. That's my aura. It's a good way to do a protection visualization. So, and the aura is a protective shield, they're saying. So be really whole and all things will come to you. Lyle Tezu. Although the aura exists outside the body, it is connected to and encloses the 7 chakras. Yeah. And therefore is often thought of as the 8th chakra. This protective shield, which surrounds the body, changes in shape, size, color, depending on the physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual health, and on whether the chakras are integrated and balanced. Normally, it extends several feet beyond the body in every direction. When an aura is small, dark, and closed, it represents a weakened state in which we are prone to physical, mental, emotional illness and distress. When the aura is strong, bright and large, we are better able to protect ourselves from disease, slander, and stress. The days when, now notice it says we're better able to protect ourselves. It doesn't say that all of that negative stuff is going to go away, because that's the world we live in. It's just saying that you're better equipped to handle it, which is what all of this is about. How do we better equip ourselves to handle what we have to handle in the day-to-day of living our lives, such that we can improve the quality of our lives, such that we can ascend, such that we can attain greater consciousness. Okay, the days when everything, no matter how trivial, bothers you, your aura is small and close. Conversely, when the slings and the arrows have no effect, your aura is strong and large. That, for some reason, brought me to when women have their menace and PMS, the syndrome that they say that we have because we become more sensitive. It reminds me that in certain native traditions, indigenous traditions, when women had their menace, they did not deal in society. They would go into a hut that was specifically for women who were on their menace. And I have to think and assume that one of the reasons they did that was because their aura was weak. And that's why you had PMS. And that's why they didn't have to deal with the day-to-day energies. They would be able to go into isolation and meditate and nurture and take care of themselves for that period that they were releasing that energy. Okay, so enough said on that. That's just my take on it. Take it or not, like spaghetti, it's feedback. What sticks, sticks, and what doesn't, it's okay. We're all good. Okay, so activities that promote and maintain a vibrant and strong aura include meditation, yoga, healthy diet, rest, achieving balance between work and play. To complete your chakra work, visualize and connect with your aura. Imagine this protective shield becoming stronger, brighter, and more beautiful. Feel your aura grow and expand as you claim your right to a health, harmony, and happiness on every level. Focus on following affirmations. I am protected by the strength of my being. I am protected by the strength of my being. I am protected by the strength of my being. The last card I have here is the third eye chakra as well, and the pose is cat-cow. You're going to kneel, table position with your knees under your hips, arms below the shoulders, palms and back flat. Your head faces downward, creating an extension in the back of the neck. Figure 1, inhale and slowly raise your head and tailbone, letting your abdomen move toward the floor with the back arched in a subtle sway back position. Look up slightly without overextending the neck. Imagine you are a placid cow. Exhale and slowly drop the head and tailbone. Arch your back. This is figure 2. Exhale and slowly drop your head and tailbone. Arch your back. And exhale further, pulling the navel up toward the spine as if you were an angry cat. Oh, and we know how angry cats can be. Continue alternating slowly between cat-cow. As your spine warms up, increase the speed and deepen your inhalations and exhalations. Continue for 1 to 3 minutes. I am seeing and thinking clearly is the mantra. I am seeing and thinking clearly. I am seeing and thinking clearly. Thank the Lord. The benefits of this is increased suppleness along the spine, stretches muscles along the back, neck, arms, improves circulation, helps maintain good posture, and an overall feeling of well-being. Well, those are the 5 cards that Spirit wanted us to work with for today. These are the energies, and so I'd say it's quite a workout. I'd like to get some additional cards just to so we could see what it is we're dealing with mundanely today. And maybe it's mundane, maybe it's not, maybe it's metaphysical. I'm going to use the celestial wisdom cards for that. And I'm going to pull a couple. Okay. So the first card we have is truth, and the second card is actualization. Both we need for manifestation. Well, truth creates a powerful manifestation, because when you're creating from truth and clarity, your manifestation is sustainable. It'll last a long time, whatever you create. And the actualization is the manifestation of what it is you're practicing. If you're practicing healing yourself, you want to look at the truth of what it is that really is required in order to do that. If we're practicing creating generational wealth, what and who do we need to be truthfully differently than we have been in the past in order to create that? What are we willing to give up, in our lives? Who are we willing to give up in our lives in order for that to manifest? Because whatever it is not the same actions and ways of being that we've been in the past. They got us where we are now. In order to manifest something, we're going to have to do things differently. We're going to have to be differently about it. We will be required to sacrifice some things. Nothing comes in this world without effort, without sacrifice, without work. Everything requires something of you. There's an equal and opposite reaction to everything. Sometimes it helps us to pay attention to that and to be honest with ourselves about that and what that is and what it is we're giving up in order to have what we say we want, and is it worth it? And so in actualization. So I'm going to read to you out of the book about truth. In accordance with experience, fact, correctly established principles, honesty, sincerity, genuineness, loyalty. Drawing this card signifies your need to really see clearly what is going on. Do not allow your hope to cloud your issues or your imagination to run away with you. Look deeply, see the situation for what it is, and act with sincerity. A lot of times, what that brings to mind for me is when I'm in a relationship, or when we're in relationships, especially the women have a tendency to overlook the shortfallings or the red flags of the relationship or of the person that we're involved with. We don't want to see that. We just want the fairy tale, or at least I did. I just wanted to have the ideal fairy tale. So I was really more of a practitioner of being in love with love than being in love with an actual person in my life. So the person in my life was not really who I was in love with. It was the idea of the person in my life, and me making that person fit my idea of who I thought he was, which was not the truth. It was not the truth. And I'm sorry to say, but a lot of times, that occurs. And sometimes we have to stop and we have to look and we have to really examine what it is that we're in relationship with. Is it the actual reality of what's showing up in front of us? Or is it our imagination and our view of who we think we're in relationship with bigger than who it actually is? Sometimes we can go to la la land in terms of our partners. And so that's just, food for thought. If you are hurting, experience your painful feelings. Don't try to avoid them by stuffing them inside. Only when you confront them can real growth be realized. So we can, continue to stuff our feelings and our reactions to our partners that we don't like all we want. We can look the other way when they're flirting, when they're doing something that's out of integrity. All we want. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to get us what we want. It's just going to maintain the illusion of a relationship that, is not really based on a firm foundation. So therefore it is not sustainable and it will crumble. That's just one example. Sorrow can sometimes be avoided by breaking out of a dull, compromising rut. What is truth to you? What do you truly believe? This card puts you on notice that you need to align with what is really important to you and for you. Are you facing the truth in a situation? If fear enters the picture, it can distort your perception. Work to dissolve that fear. I have to say for myself, there was a lot of fear in my former relationship. There was a whole lot of fear. The fear, the more I stuffed things, the more I ignored things, the more I pretended and only paid attention to the illusion of who I wanted to have show up in my relationship, the more I did that, the more fear there was when it came time for me to actually take a look at what was going on. Because it was all a bunch of illusion. And that made me afraid because I didn't know what I was dealing with. Because I refused to look at it. So when I did stop and take time to look at it, wow, it was scary. Because it was nothing, and I repeat, nothing like what I valued, what I wanted to have in my life. And so I had based my whole foundation, my whole life on it for years and years and years. And now I'm having to, when I really want to confront it, tear it down. And that's scary because when you start to tear a structure down, whether it's, shaky or not, in your life that's existed for, years and years and you're familiar with, it's scary because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you can do it. You don't know if you can make it. How do you do it? There's no roadmap. So you have to depend on your intuition. You have to depend on your greater power. At least I say it will behoove you to. Because the answers are not going to come from the outside. They're going to come from the inside. And there's a lot of self-examination and re-examination and looking at how and why you created what you created in your life to begin with that's not working. That all could create quite a bit of fear. So if you're afraid, just know that it doesn't mean to stop. It means that there's something that really matters to you, that there's something that's really important that you need to pay attention to. Put your insight on, go internal, do the meditation, do the spiritual work, take spiritual baths, cleanse yourself, pray, ask for guidance, whatever it is you do, get a coach, get some tarot readings if that's what's vibrating with you. Do what you need to do in order to excavate yourself from the world of illusion that you created. Okay? If you rely on what is true for another without believing it to be true for you, you may find yourself feeling slightly off course. That which is truly yours will come to you. That which is not will fall away. It's important to remember truth is never limited to a single concept. Follow your own truth and allow others to follow theirs. So let me just say that in the process of you seeking advice or guidance on things of this nature, you're always going to have multiple people and situations to choose from who will claim that they will give you truth. But no, only you can get the truth that you need. People can support you in helping you to get to the truth that you need, but they can't tell you what that truth is. Only you can tell yourself what that is. Only you will know what that is. And when you hit that truth, it's going to vibrate in you, and that's how you'll know that it is truth. And then you'll begin from there to be able to actualize what it is you really want in your life. Not out of fear, but from truth. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, and the last card that we have, I hope I don't run out of time here. The last card that we have is actualization. and that is to make realistic, to exert energy. When you choose this card, know that the time is to act now, in capitalization, N-O-W. Be in the moment. Concentrate on your goal and desires and make them real. What do you truly want in your life? It's time to become clear and to move forward. A positive energy alignment has moved into place. It is prime time to realize the desired outcomes. Hey, so what they're really saying is there's no better time than now, and you need to take advantage of now to create what it is that you want. Actualization encompasses all levels of existence: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Often it can signify an inner awareness that enables you to act in accordance with your desires. Now is the time to actually bring something new and exciting into your physical life. Stretch and extend your power. Make your move. Dreams really can come true. This is a time for wishes to be fulfilled. Reach for the highest aspirations. Increase spiritual awareness and awaken into the now. Choose wisely, as great power is with you. You do have the strength and courage to change things. Celebrate your results. Dramatic changes are set into motion. Choose to directly experience them now. And with that, I'd like to thank everyone who came to this reading. I'm sorry, I do need to do a closing reading from the Mudra deck, which is a standard for this series. So Spirit, please advise what is the overall arching card pose and advice for this reading today, these energies that we're dealing with, please. We got 2 cards. Okay, the first card is the upward plank pose, and it says as a mantra, I am open to love. I am open to love. I am open to love. And if you notice, it's not, the mantras are connected with the poses. He's opening his heart chakra, his total, in a vulnerable, open position where his heart is open. He's open to love. And the second card I have is a womb pose, W-O-M-B pose. And the mantra is, I am at one with the earth, compassion flows through me. I am at one with the earth, compassion flows through me. I am at one with the earth, compassion flows through me. Sitting on the earth, connecting with the earth, focusing on your ability to be at one, to connect with the earth and with everything on the earth, with everything in the earth. It increases your intuition. It grounds you. It supports you. Take the time to be at one with the earth. And let compassion flow through you. Namaste.